verse. Prabhu Haridasa Matre Nritye Praveshile Sakala Ashiyatana Shri Vigrahe Mile. So as soon as Haridas began to dance, these symptoms would all manifest in his body. There is a lakshana of a pure devotee. As soon as he starts chanting, the ecstatic symptoms will all manifest. The word Shri Vigraha is explained as follows. The body of Shri Haridas Thakur is not a lump of blood, flesh and skin like that of an ordinary fruity worker. As a result of serving the holy name, various pure ecstatic transformations would manifest in his transcendental body. The Vaishnava associates of the Lord who are inclined towards his service manifest many pure ecstatic transformations in their transcendental bodies, unlike the ordinary fruity workers who become averse to the cultivation of Krishna consciousness while gratifying their material bodies. So here Shri Vigraha has been explained. Shri Vigraha, where the form is not a material form. The complete mercy of Srimati Radharani is there unto one who chants the holy name of Krishna. Hena se anandadhara tite sarvanga ati pashandi o dekhi paya maharanga. Haridas Thakur's body became wet as tears of love flowed from his eyes. Even staunch atheists would offer him respect. This is most wonderful. Even a staunch atheist, Ati Pashandi, as soon as they used to see Haridas Thakur, they used to pay obeisances and respect. Why these tears flow? Because the heart becomes softer and softer. The more we chant the holy name, our kalmashas are all gone and the heart becomes softer. When Haridas Thakur chanted the names of Krishna out of love, tears flowed from his eyes. Entire body would become wet. Even the most atheistic offenders who were devoid of devotional service became astonished on seeing such transcendental, ecstatic transformations. It was very surprising for the atheists that how come such ecstatic symptoms are being manifested. Because it is all the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Because ecstatic symptoms is the property of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. And when they come together as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the three of them have these ecstatic symptoms. Now, onto whom they bestow their mercy, they also manifest these ecstatic symptoms. Kibase adbhutange Shri Pulaka Avali Brahma Shiva O Dekhiya Hayena Kutuhali. Kutuhali. They used to wonder, seeing this manifestation of Haridas, hair standing on end. So Brahma and Shiva also used to be satisfied by seeing such wonderful manifestation. Brahma Shiva O Dekhi Hayana Kutuhali. Fuliya Gramera Yata Brahmana Sakala Sabai Tahane Dekhi Haila Vihala. So all the Brahmanas of Fuliya, in the Yatra we have gone to Fuliya Gaon. It's a nice village. So all the Brahmanas of Fuliya were overwhelmed upon seeing Haridas, upon seeing the bodily transformation of Haridas Thakur. The Fuliya Brahmanas who were engaged in fruitive activities realized the uselessness of such temporary activities and became overwhelmed by seeing those waves of love. All of them developed special respect for him. So Pashandis, atheists, they paid off respect. And the Brahmanas who were just engaged in some fruitive karmakand, they also realized the uselessness of such temporary activities. They also paid respect to Haridas Thakur. Sabara Tahani, Bada Janmila Vishwasa, Fuliyaya Rahilena, Prabhu Haridasa. So everybody in Fuliya developed respect to Haridas Thakur. Ganga Sana Hari, Niravadhi Harinama, Uchakari, Laya Bhulina Sarvasthanam. Every day he used to take bath in Ganga, and then loudly used to chant the name of Lord Hari while wandering about. Kazi giya mulukera adhipati sthane kahile katahana sakala vivarane. Now the Qazi went to the ruler of the district and complained about Haridas. In those times also people were envious about chanting the holy name of Krishna. So this Qazi, the Muslim magistrate of Fulia, informed his respected superior, the district governor, about the activities of Haridas. Yavanahaya kare hindura achara bhalamate taryani karaha vichara. Haridas is a Muslim, but he follows the religion of the Hindus. Please call him and consider this case. Says Haridas Thakur appeared in a Muslim family. Muslim. Muslim is written as Muslim. Muslim family and acted contrary to the behavior of the Muslims. According to their consideration, he had committed a great offense and must be punished. Considering in this way, the Qazi complained to the governor. Haridas Thakur, he is born in a Yavana family. There is a prayashchit which he is doing when, as Brahma, he doubted the supremacy of Krishna. Papira vachana shuni seha papamati dhari anaila tane ati shigrahati. Hearing the words of Qazi, Papira vachana shuni, the sinful governor, what he did, dhari anaila tane ati shigrati, immediately called for Haridas. The sinful governor, who was hostile to devotional service, ordered that Haridas be arrested without delay. Krishnera prasade Haridasa mahashaya yavanera ki daya kalera ho nahi bhaya. By the mercy of Krishna, Sri Haridas was not even afraid of death personified. So what to speak of Muslim rulers? Thakur Mahashaya, who was glorious by the mercy of the Lord, was not afraid of the Muslim governors as he came before him. What to speak of an ordinary human being who was not even afraid of Yamaraj, the destroyer of all? Avashya rakshive Krishna rakshisyatati vishwaso. Krishna says, Name bhakta pranashyati. So all these phrases gives the strength to the devotees. Avashya rakshive Krishna rakshisyatati vishwaso. Goptrute varnam tata. Krishna is the maintainer. Krishna is the one who is the guardian. So this is completely understood. Then Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Krishna gives Shukram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Shantimi Gacchati. Kaunteya Pratijanihi. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Krishna tells Arjuna to declare to the whole world that my devotees will never perish. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam Ananyaschintayanto Mam Ye Jana Pariyupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. Krishna says, whoever is completely chanting Ananyaschintayanto Mam with Ananya Bhava. What is it? Ananya Bhava? Unmotivated, undeviated devotional service. Whoever is chanting, Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. I will never make him lose devotional service. And whatever he is having, that also, whatever devotional activities he is doing, that will never be lost. Ananyas Chintayantu Mam. Krishna Krishna Buliya Chalira Sei Kshane Muluka Patirage Dila Darshane. So chanting the holy name of Krishna, he immediately went to see the governor. So he is completely absorbed in the holy name. He is not at all having any anxiety. Oh, the governor has called me. They are going to arrest me. What they are going to do with me. He is completely free from anxiety. He's chanting the holy name. Immediately went to see the governor. Haridas Thakurera Shunina Gamana Harishe Vishada Haila Yata Susajjana. So hearing about Haridas' departure to see the governor, pious persons felt morose in the midst of their happiness. So they were very happy that Fulia Brahmanas and all, they were very happy having Haridas Thakur in their village. Now when they heard, all these pious persons, when they heard that governor has called him, they were very unhappy. Upon hearing the Muslim governor had arrested Thakur Haridas to torture him. The local residents became extremely distressed. They were already happy by hearing about Haridas Thakur's loud chanting of the holy name and his pure ecstatic transformations. But now, hearing about and feeling the inevitable oppression of Haridas, they became depressed in the midst of their happiness resulting from seeing him. बड़ा बड़ा लोक यत आछे बंदी घरे तारस सब हृष्ट हैला शुनीना अंतरे. So when the respectable persons in prison heard that Haridas had come to see the governor, they became pleased at heart. Being arrested, Haridas Thakur was put in prison like an ordinary criminal. Already many prestigious persons had been imprisoned there. These persons became extremely joyful on receiving the association of the transcendental sadhu. So just in the prison, this governor had imprisoned many respectable people. So that is a torture they were doing for the pious people. So then when they came to know Haridas has come, they were so happy. Association of sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu sangha, sadhu sangha, sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kahe, lavamatra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. So that is why it is said, always have association of sadhus. So they never even thought that in the jail they will have association of Haridas Thakur. Because Haridas Thakur is Namacharya, a perfect sadhu, who was always having the inclination to chant the holy name. Parama Vaishnava Haridasa Mahashaya Tane Dekhi Bandi Dukha Haiveva Kshaya. Haridas is a great Vaishnava. By seeing him, our distress at being imprisoned will be vanquished. So they were all discussing with each other. Oh, such a great Vaishnava is Haridas. When he is imprisoned, why we should feel distressed that we are imprisoned? We are having the fortune to meet Haridas. The prisoners began to consider that by seeing such a Bhagavata Mahatma as Haridas, their miseries would be diminished. So Haridas Thakur is imprisoned for no reason, just because he's chanting the holy name. So that gave the confidence in the prisoners that these Muslim governors, they were all doing atrocities. So they were having, because just by seeing a Bhagavata, they got the strength. Rakshava lokera sabe sadhana hakariya rakhilena bandigana ekadrishti haya. The prisoners tactfully persuaded the guards to let them see Haridas without disturbance. Sadhana means the method for achieving one's goal. Flattery, earnest entreaty, submissive request, or adoration. So they were requesting, they were somehow trying to see Haridas Thakur. Just by the darshan also, a person is purified. Haridas Thakur aila sei sthane bandi sarve dekhi kripa drishti haila mare. So when Haridas Thakur came, they got the news now, Haridas Thakur is going to come. They all wanted to see Haridas Thakur. When they saw Haridas Thakur came and he saw the prisoners, he glanced mercifully upon them. So they were all eagerly waiting for his merciful glance. Haridas Thakurera charana dekhiya, rahilena bandigala pranati kariya. Seeing the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, all the prisoners offered pranati. Pranati means obeisances to him. Ajanulambita bhujo kamala nayana sarvaman manohara mukha chandra anupama. Ajanulambita bhuja. For Prabhu Ram also, such beautiful description is given about his hands. The hands used to touch his knees. Haridas' hands touched his knees or reached to his knees. His eyes, Kamala Nayana, his eyes were like lotus petals. Sarva Manohara Mukha Chandra Anupama. Enchanting moon-like face was beyond compare. Bhakti kori, save karilena namaskara, sabara haila, Krishna bhaktira vihara. As everyone devotedly offered obeisances to him, ecstatic devotional symptoms manifested in their bodies. Just by offering obeisances to a pure devotee, Let's see. Devotional symptoms manifested in the prisoner's body also. ते सबार भक्ति देखे प्रभु हरिदास बंदी सभा देखी ताना हिला कृपाहस. So when Haridas saw the prisoners' devotion, he mercifully smiled at them. Seeing the prisoners, Haridas compassionately displayed his smiling face to them. See, Haridas Thakur, even in such a prison, still he is having even in such, you can say, a calamity. For others, it will be a calamity. But for Haridas, it's always the same. Even if he is imprisoned or if he even is beaten, he's only chanting the holy name. And that is giving bliss to him. That is why he's always having a smile in his face. Thaka thaka ekhani acha chayena rupe gupta ashirvada kori hasena kantuka kautuke. With a curious smile, Haridas gave them an ambiguous blessing. Stay there. Stay as you are now. Stay there. Stay as you are now. That means, what is the meaning? Stay in jail? No, stay in this bliss. When Haridas Thakur is giving blessing, what it means? Somebody can say, oh, what is this? We paid obeisances. And you are saying, stay there. Stay as you are now. So let's see. The next verse immediately has it. Na bhujiya tahana se durjena vachana bandi sabha haila kichu vishadita mana. They said, what is this? Why is he giving such blessings? Stay there. Stay as you are now. तवे पाछे कृपायुक्त हाई हरिदास गुप्त आशीर्वाद करिया प्रकाश. Shortly after that, Haridas mercifully explained the meaning of his mysterious blessings. Because for a very mysterious blessing, when sadhu blesses, one cannot understand. Sometimes it is wrongly taken. But here, see, stay there. Everybody were very unhappy. Why such blessings are given? Sadhu always speaks truth. And when the truth is spoken, at that time one should not think, oh, why such truth is spoken? That truth has a lot of meaning. Now here, see, truth is spoken. Ami toma sabare ye kailu ashirvada tara arthana bujiya bhava vishada. Oh, you have not understood the meaning of the blessings I gave, therefore you are lamenting. Upon seeing the all-auspicious smile of Haridas Thakur, the imprisoned criminals became morose. Not understanding the smile was a confidential blessing in disguise. Seeing their moroseness, Thakur Haridas said, I have blessed you with an auspicious smile. Do consider it otherwise and feel sad. Manda Ashirvada Ami Kaha Kona Nakari Manadiya Sabeha Bujaha Vichari. Just because he smiled and just told, stay there, many people took it very in a wrong way. Now Haridas Thakur is explaining that you did not understand the blessings what I gave. You did not understand even my smile. I never award inauspicious benedictions. Carefully try to understand what I said. As I explain, try to understand. So stay there. What is the meaning? Here, Haridas Thakur says, Ebe Krishna Pratitoma Sabakaramana Yenache Yemata Thaku Sarvakshana. As your minds are presently fixed on Krishna, let them stay that way forever. So see, stay there. What is the meaning? Let the mind be always absorbed in Krishna. Just because you all saw me, you were completely engrossed in Krishna Bhakti. So this is very important. Because your mind is completely absorbed in Krishna Bhakti, that means this type of consciousness should be there every time. It is not just when I am in a happy condition, then only I should have such type of consciousness. This type of consciousness should be there in all the circumstances. That is what I said, stay there. Thakur Haridas said to the governor, your present state of mind is auspicious for you. That means even on the deathbed, even in any circumstances. If our consciousness is in Krishna, that is auspicious. It is because you have received the opportunity to cultivate Krishna consciousness by giving up endeavors for material enjoyment. Therefore, always remain engaged in chanting Krishna's name and in remembering Krishna. If you get freedom from prison life and engage, again indulge in sense gratification, then as a result of associating with wicked persons who are averse to the Lord, you will forget the Supreme Lord. As long as the endeavor for material enjoyment is prominent in the living entity, there is no possibility for him to worship Krishna. The goal of material enjoyers is diametrically opposed to Krishna. The conditioned souls who are devoid of devotional service to Krishna are always merged in topics related to their wives and children, which are the center of their enjoyment. If by the mercy of the Lord, a person in this dangerous situation meets a saintly person, his taste for material enjoyment will be turned into taste for the service of the Supreme Lord. When one gives up the cultivation of Krishna consciousness, then his natural material propensity will submerge him in a mire of offenses. I do not mean that you should remain within this prison, but in your present condition, you have the opportunity to constantly chant the holy name. Therefore, do not be distressed. The Vaishnavas always bless all living entities with the words, may your devotion to the Supreme Lord be fixed. I consider this greatest mercy towards the living entities. Your present life will soon be finished. Never give up your determination for serving the Supreme Lord in any condition. So this verse also applies to the next 12 verses. This purport. There was a person, there was a devotee, was my student. For some reasons, he was imprisoned for 3 months. When I asked him, what you are doing? He said, Mataji, what should I do? I said, you should go on chanting. Yes, I did that. Continuously, I was chanting 108 rounds, sometimes 125 rounds. So in any condition, if a person goes on chanting, then he will not feel that he is in a terrific misery. So one is jail within the jail. We are all also in the jail only. This material world is also a prison. It's also called as Durga. The superintendent of this prison is Durga. So this world is also a prison where we are trying to just enjoy with our wives and children. Sometimes we try to go for picnics with our wives and children. But what happens is we are only absorbed in materialistic talks. That is why it is said we should have association of the saintly people. In the house also we'll talk something which has no sense. So this material world is actually a prison. In this prison, many material activities happen. Only when we have the mercy of our acharyas. Srila Prabhupada is so merciful that he has given us a process. Even being in the material world, one can be like a lotus, Padma Patra, Ivambasa. Bhagavad Gita states about this. The consciousness can be completely in Krishna. Though a person may be absorbed in his duties, Varnashrama has certain duties to be performed. But still, if the consciousness is in Krishna, then even though being in the material world, he is no more in the material world. He is always in the spiritual world. That is why association of devotees, chanting the holy name, book reading, dhamvas, deity worship will make our consciousness fixed up in devotional service. So when Haridas Thakur is giving the blessings, stay there, what does he mean? He says, let the consciousness be always in Krishna. That very moment when they saw Haridas Thakur, they were completely anchored in Krishna consciousness. He says, this anchor should not be lost. Just anchor your consciousness in Krishna. Then, even though when you come out of the jail also, your consciousness will be in Lord. Sometimes out of no reason a person is arrested. Out of no reason he is punished. But if he is always chanting the holy name, his consciousness will always be purified and he will never have that fear. That is why Abhaya. Srila Prabhupada's name is Abhaya Charana Aravinda Swami Prabhupada. Abhaya Charana Aravinda. One whose consciousness is in Krishna, Krishna's lotus feet, will never experience any fear. So in this way, after hearing to Haridas Thakur's explanation, their misunderstanding in this blessings went away. They all together chanted the names of Krishna and thought of Krishna. Eva nitya Krishnama Krishnera Chintana Sabe Meli Karite Thakaha Anukshana. This way everybody started chanting the holy name of Krishna. So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. Any questions? No questions. So Saturday, 6 o'clock onwards, we'll have Sankirtan in the temple itself. Mahabhuja Prabhu will be coming. Mahabhan. Mahabhuja Prabhu will be coming. And then 6:30 onwards, we will have Gita Gyani Yagya, requesting devotees from different places to come and take part in this 108 ahuti. We have given in the group also. Again, you can put, Aruna, you can again put the 108 verses.
Yes,
so try to chant the verses at home so that when you are doing the ahuti, it will be fluently you can do. And as I said, everybody should take the books now. Kalyan, the books have gone. Chembur books are awaited. Thane, again, on Sunday, Vaishnava Gaur Prabhu and all are going to do. I request Hansrupi Prabhu also to keep the table after 7 o'clock class at Hiranandani Meadows. You can do the book distribution there. Sunday book distribution is going to happen even in near the Hiranandani estate also. So Sundays are the days when people, they go out, they walk and do the book distribution, keep a small table and do the book distribution different places. And from the temple, the book distribution will happen in nearby places. Okay. Hare Krishna.